you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's 2019 and it feels amazing sitting down and filming. Oh my god, I took my time to start my first video. I was just taking time for myself and just like spending time with myself and just getting myself mentally prepared for 2019 and the videos I have to film. So yeah, welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, hello, my name is Malvika and I'm pretty funny and I make you laugh, I hope, and I create motivational videos sometimes and also a lot of beauty videos. So I hope you guys stick around. Don't forget to subscribe. For today's video, I'm gonna create this makeup look right here. I wore this on Sunday, which is just a few days back, and a lot of you loved it and you requested please do this makeup tutorial because this look is so effortless and so easy to do because there's no contouring, there's no major highlighting. It's very skin-like, it's glowy. It's a look you can wear, any of you can wear anywhere at any time. Okay, it's long lasting, it's very skin-like. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna enjoy this makeup look. This is my Sunday makeup look. Okay, I wear this on most Sundays when I'm out for the entire day. I think this looks so nice in photos as well. So yeah, if you wanna know how to get this look, then please continue watching. So first I'm gonna go in with a moisturizer. I highly recommend that you do, even if you're an oily skin type, you want to go in with a moisturizer that suits your skin type. I don't know what that is because I'm a completely dry skin girl, so use whatever moisturizer suits you. I have been loving and using the Clinique Dramatically Different moisturizer. This is one of my favorite moisturizers to use, at least recently. I've been using it in the day, before makeup, before I go to bed. This is such a feel-good moisturizer. It's just keeping my skin so hydrated. If I wear it once, I don't have to reapply. Like, it just keeps me hydrated enough. So I'm gonna go in with this. If you can get a tester or something, you definitely should try it. Normal to dry skin type specifically, and it's just fab. So what I'm gonna do is put a generous amount on my skin before I go in with makeup. So I'm gonna take that much and I'm just going to warm it up and start applying it on my skin. You want to give yourself a nice massage. Again, not naked, wearing a top. Whenever I wear tube tops, I feel like, oh my god, I look naked, but I'm not naked. I just don't like anything on my shoulders. Like, generally, I wish I could just own tube tops. Like, I love tube tops. I'm like, they're my favorite kind of tops to wear. Okay, so my skin looks very hydrated, and specifically when I'm doing this sort of a makeup look, which is like an everyday makeup look, I tend to put on a little bit more towards the high point of my skin. Okay, sorry, high points of my face. So basically right here I just dab on more moisturizer, the same thing, and I don't like work it in, I just dab it on top so my skin looks really healthy. Can you see? That's all moisturizer. So once we're done with that, we're gonna prime a little bit before we move on. If you have pores like me, I have like slightly larger pores on my nose, so to cover that you can use any primer that you want, or you can skip it and move directly to foundation. So for me, I will go in with the Professional by Benefit. This is a really good primer, especially for those with enlarged pores, even around here. You know what I'm talking about, when there are like indents on your skin. You can actually blur that out and fill those pores up using a pore minimizing or a pore filler primer, and this is one of them. It's one of the good ones. It's one of the classic ones actually. So I'm just gonna put that in, tap it actually inside. So now that our skin is absolutely prepped, we want to move on to foundation. I have been loving the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation. I have gone back to this one. I do use the Fenty Beauty foundation, but that's only like for occasions, if I know I'm going to be photographed or taking pictures and stuff. But for like an everyday look, like a Sunday brunch, okay, think you're going out for the entire day and you want your skin not to look cakey and dry, this is such a brilliant foundation. It has been one of my favorites. If you're like a follower for a while now, you know that this has been one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I'm gonna use this foundation because I'm a dry skin type, but for my oily skin girls out there, there is another LA Girl foundation. It's the Pro Matte foundation, so it's perfect for oily skin girls. So I'm just gonna shake this a bit and go ahead with this. I'm in the shade Nude Beige. Now you can obviously go in with a beauty sponge, but I don't know, I like using a brush with this foundation, and I'm just gonna stipple it And I have my beauty sponge always handy. I can just go in and pick up excess if if I put too much. You can see the comparison, how nice it looks on the skin. It is so lightweight, I cannot tell you. Okay, this is like perfect for beginners. I think this is a brilliant foundation for beginners because you're not going to feel it on your skin, and it's very lightweight, and the coverage is phenomenal. It is like a medium to full coverage. You can definitely build this foundation up. That's why I love it. And it's easily available. It's available on HOK Makeup, on Nykaa, Myntra. It's literally available everywhere, so that's why I like that also. So I'm not going to put much on my lid. So once we have that, the skin is looking beautiful. It's looking super glowy, super pretty. We're going to move on to concealer now, and for that I am going to use the Makeup Revolution Concealer and Define. This is in the shade C10. Okay, so I'm not gonna go over my lid. Okay, whatever's remaining like on my finger, I'm just gonna do that very lightly. Okay, but I'm gonna set my under eye and my face really quickly. For that, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This has been my go-to loose powder. Such a brilliant loose powder. Look no further. This is it, guys. For all skin types, it's not that drying. You just have to use the right amount. So this is in the shade Light. Okay, so to set my face, I'm going to use a PAC 134 brush. You can definitely use any brush that you like. And I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of baking, because baking works for me. It helps my eyes to stay creaseless the entire day. So I definitely leave some powder on here for a bit. I'm going to let that bake sit for a while, and whatever's remaining on my brush, I'm just going to lightly, very lightly, just set the entire face, because like I said, this is like an entire, this is basically my Sunday makeup tutorial. I think I'm gonna name it that. So that's why I need to sort of set my face, okay, otherwise the makeup is going to wear off eventually. So I'm just gonna set it with a very light hand. Now for my brows, you guys know what has been my favorite brow product. This is the Lakme and Kareena Kapoor Khan collection. You can either use graphite or espresso. If you want a darker product, you will use the shade graphite, which I have right here. If you want a very light finish, then espresso works better. I have graphite with me because I cannot find my espresso shade. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in very lightly. Alright, so my brows are on. I'm gonna get rid of the baking underneath my eye now. I'm just gonna dust it off. You can use any brush you have. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the face. We're not gonna do any contouring or whatever. It's very simple. I'm gonna take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer because it's the lightest bronzer I have. So you take whatever bronzer you love, okay, your preferred bronzer. I'm gonna just contour the nose and put some on the eye as well for some definition. I'm gonna take the PAC 104 brush. It's a huge blending brush, and what I'm gonna do is just go over my eye, just like that. Bronzers make for the breast.
Breast? Did I just say breast?
Bronzers make for the best crease shadows. I think they're so nice when especially you're going for something like this, like a very natural look. And yeah, with the same brush, honestly same brush, I'm just gonna go down my nose and contour it lightly. So that's a very light contour. You can even skip this step if you don't contour your nose on the daily. So for my lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with a Life's a Drag. You can take any palette you have. I'm just gonna take the basic brown shadow. You can again take your bronzer for it, but I just want it to be a little more deeper. This is too light for my lower lash line, so I'm gonna take Mug and Hunty. And the brush I'm using is the PAC 163 brush. It's a very fluffy lower lash line brush. It's gonna give you a very smoked out look and not a defined, you know, look. So can you see how lower and just like blown out it looks? That's exactly how I want it to look. So I'm just gonna blend it out more. Now we're going to move on to mascara. Of course, I'm going to take the Lash Sensational mascara. Take your favorite mascara you have and coat your lashes. And one trick that I learned from a MAC artist, I forgot her name, is you take the tip of your mascara wand and you just push your lashes that side. Okay, you push it like a fan basically there, and the middle part goes up and the outer portion goes sideways. So it's literally like a fan. Can you see how pretty it looks? Alright guys, so we're almost done. Okay, we just have to move on to blush now. For blush, I like to stick to the more peachier side. I don't gravitate towards pink blushes, but if that's your thing, go for it. I'm going to use the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, and the reason why I'm using this blush is because again it's a very natural everyday look and I don't want it to be matte. I want some glow on my skin. Okay, because we're focusing on keeping the skin again very skin-like and glowy. So this works because it has a lot of sheen to it. It's a baked blush, but if you have a lot of texture on your skin and indentations, you want to stay away from these kind of blushes. You want to pick matte blushes. So think about what works for your skin the best and use it accordingly. Okay, so I'm going to use Luminoso. I'm going to take the Pro Art 176F brush. I need to wash all my brushes. My god, I bought dirty brushes into 2019. Shame on me. Shame on me. Okay, so how the way you want to apply your blush is you want to start from here and just tap it. Okay, just to add some color. I'm not contouring my face because nobody's got time for that. So I'm just taking this up and also on my cheek. Now if you smile, that's where you hit it. That's it, just a hint of color. I like taking my blush to my temple, like all around here. That's just how I like it. Your face looks pulled back. I think it looks youthful and lifted as well. So that's why I take it back. I think it's called the draping method from the 90s or 80s. I'm not sure. That's what they used to do. They used to go all over with blush. And I like that method. So I'm just going to do the same. Sometimes I tend to add a little more color and I go in with the Sweet Cheeks palette and I take a little bit of this color, okay, and a little bit of this, like the nude sort of blush, like a very neutral blush, and it has a little bit of shimmer. So what I'm going to do is just go on top of it once more, because I know blush will eventually fade. You're hugging people, you're gonna sit like this on the table, so this will, you know, tends to fade more. So you want to make sure you're adding a lot, and through the day it's gonna just be normal. Don't worry too much about adding a lot of blush. I don't know, too much blush is, I don't think it's a thing. I love blush, guys. I love blush. Okay, for highlight I pick up whatever is just the nearest to me. This is the MAC Soft and Gentle, and this is the Pro Art AF05 brush. Okay, it's a fluffy brush. I'm gonna take the slightest amount of highlighter. You heard me right. And I'm just going to hit the top of my skin very lightly, okay? That's how it looks, very glowy. Now you're focusing on the glowy skin, so you want to make sure you're going here also, a little bit on the outside. See how I'm hitting like all these spots? Like this portion of my face needs to be lit, okay? And it just makes it look so nice in person. Oh my god, this is the most beautiful thing. Like, it's a good technique. So here and also here. So moving on to lips now. I have been using a very pale nude color. I've not moved on. I still love my driver's seat and I love my peachy lip, but sometimes I'm in a mood of completely nude lips, okay? True nude. So for lip liner, I've been using the Lip Contour by Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Flirt. This is like a cool tone nude color lip pencil. You can use any nude lip pencil that you have. Even My Glam has it, Lakme has it. Like a lot of brands have these nude colors. And for lipstick, I'm going to use